This person says, Tom, the American people have spoken, and you're in the minority. It's wrong, but you guys are nothing if not consistent with that. I'm a moderate liberal. I consider myself center left, right? I believe in a woman's right to bodily autonomy and that she should have the ability to choose what happens to her body at any point in time without question. I believe in universal health care. I believe in a living wage. I believe in making, at a minimum, community college free at the point of use. And I believe in heavily regulated capitalism. I also believe in military first strikes, the death penalty, the Second Amendment, the right to concealed carry, so forth and so on. So I have some conservative viewpoints and I have some liberal viewpoints. I consider myself to be center left, a moderate liberal. More Americans identify as socially liberal. More Americans are identifying as having liberal views on social issues than they did in past years, according to data released from a recent Gallup poll. This was just before the election. While those who consider themselves liberal, 33%, remains close to those who identify as being conservative, 32%, or moderate, 32%, heading into what is expected to be a closely contested presidential election in November, Americans have become increasingly more liberal when it comes to their social issues over the past 20 years, research shows. There are more liberals in this country than there are conservatives. There are more liberals in this country than there are moderates. And if you add moderates and liberals together, there are a lot more moderate liberals than there are conservatives. No, I'm not in the minority, my friend. You are. The only reason that Donald Trump is serving a second term right now is because millions of self-righteous, holier than thou, I'm on my high moral soapbox folks chose not to vote because of their opposition to what they perceived the Democratic Party's position towards Gaza as being. That's the only reason. People didn't vote, so Donald Trump won. You're in the minority. No, I'm not. I will be, as a white person, in the minority in the next 20 years, probably. But politically speaking, I am not in the minority. The unfortunate part for me is that we have an antiquated system called the Electoral College that allows a minority of the population to elect a fascist dictator like Donald Trump. And if our institutions can hold over the next 4 years, we'll have another Democratic president. The liberals will swing back into power again, and then the Republican conservatives will swing back into power again, and then the liberal Democrats will swing back into power again. It happens all the time. The pendulum swings back and forth. But if you think that we're in the minority, look at the numbers based on some of the positions. Look at the numbers based on common sense gun legislation, expanding background checks, rights to abortion. Look at all of the statistics and tell me if I'm in the minority.